Live, local, experienced. This is 13 News This Morning, Kansas News Leader.
Good morning and thank you for joining us on 13 News This Morning. I'm Raina Flores. After last night's storm, let's check in with Thomas Schmidt in the First Alert Weather Center with a look at this weekend's weather. Thomas?
Yes, Raina, so a pretty loud, pretty active night last night, seeing everything from huge hail. We had baseball-sized hail reports come in, had some winds between 70 to, in some places, close to 80 miles per hour. 76 mile per hour wind recorded here in Topeka at Forbes Field. And we saw a couple tornadoes out there, some weak and brief ones here. Did see a stronger one, though, down in Andover, Kansas. That was a big one, of course. But up here in northeast Kansas, had several of these smaller type ones. So there's a timeline of it. You can see them come through in a strong line, blasting through, starting around again 5 or 6 o'clock in central Kansas and pushing east and forming that line. So taking a look now at some of those reports, we do have a few things to be seeing there. But anyway, we had some tornadoes again, had some hail, had some rain, a good amount of rainfall. And for today, though, we're going to be clear for the skies for overall 66 degrees today for the high, a little cooler, winds breezy from the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting to sometimes 35 miles per hour. So wind advisories in place for folks off in central Kansas. The rest of us, it will just be breezy conditions. A very nice weekend. We are tracking more chances for rain and storms, though, for next week. We'll look at that forecast in a few minutes. Raina.
Thanks, Thomas. The storm last night hit some northeast Kansas areas harder than others. First responders were dispatched to the Eskridge area last night for reports of a house that was hit by the storm. The house was completely damaged. Power lines came down onto the house. There were no occupants at the time, but 3 dogs were rescued by the Eskridge Fire Department. Tornadoes struck in Sedgwick and Butler counties late last night, leaving significant damage to property and many without power. What started as a funnel eventually touching down as a small rope tornado near Andover Friday night gained momentum and grew into a large cone that caused extensive damage throughout the Wichita suburb. Confirmed damage including destruction of homes, extensive damage to Andover YMCA and Capitol Federal Amphitheater in Andover Central Park, as well as at least minor damage to Andover City Hall and Andover Central High School.
So we've reached out to the state for help and for our neighbors for help, and that is going to be one of our primary objectives in the command post now that we have the ops folks working on those secondary assessments, figuring out where do we go from here. And it's not just tomorrow. The public works director and I were talking very briefly. Unfortunately, we've been through this before, and it'll be years that we'll be recovering from this.
We will keep you updated as we know more. Services have been set for Topeka man who was the